Distinguished guests, if you are able, please stand. Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Dame Cindy Kettle, Governor-General of New Zealand.
Please be seated. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā iwi o ngā hau e whā, tēnei aku mihi mahana ki o koutou. Nau mai, hara mai, ki te whare o te kāwana te ana rei, kei konei, kei tāmaki makaurau. Kia ora mai tātou katoa. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Government House in Auckland for today's investiture ceremony. I'd like to specifically acknowledge the Honourable Mark Mitchell, Minister of the Crown, the Assistant Commissioner Sam Hoyle, New Zealand Police, Mr Joe Harawira, our kaumātua, and Ms Pauline Hopper, our kuia. Tēnā koutou katoa. Hosting investiture ceremonies is one of the most important duties that I perform on behalf of His Majesty, the King of New Zealand. I'm delighted to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join with me in congratulating them. Mr Ward Kamo will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Dame Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Dame Tuila Percival of Auckland for services to health and the Pacific community. Dame Tuila Percival is a paediatrician and researcher who has been a strong advocate for Pacific children's health in New Zealand and the wider Pacific region for 30 years. Dr Percival is a founding member and deputy chair of South Seas Healthcare, SSH, a community health service providing care to Pacific people in Auckland since 1999. She chaired SSH from 2014 to 2022, growing the healthcare provider to be the largest of its kind in Otara and Papatoetoe, providing services to more than 120,000 people. She was a founding member of the Pacific Medical Association, PMA, in 1996 and is a past president. Through SSH and PMA, she was a leading clinician for the 2009 Samoa tsunami disaster response, and provided paediatric support in Vanuatu following Cyclone Pam in 2015 and the 2019 measles outbreak in Samoa. She helped create the Mana Kids clinics at 88 primary and intermediate schools in Otara, Mangere, Marurewa, Franklin and Papakura, with SSH a registered clinic based in the 9 largest South Auckland schools. She served as a member of the World Health Organization's Emergency Medical Team's Maternal Newborn Child Health Technical Advisory Group between 2017 and 2019. She's been the director of Moana Connect, researching and advocating for Pacific women's and children's health in New Zealand and the Pacific region. Dame Tuila was a board member of the Health Promotion Agency from 2018 to 2022 and chaired the Auckland DHB Community and Public Health Advisory Committee from 2020 to 2022. Dame Tuila Percival, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Ms. Joanne Wilkinson of Auckland, for services to youth. Joanne Wilkinson has supported youth with her husband, Sir Graham Dingle. She was instrumental in developing the Graham Dingle Foundation's programs, Kiwi Can, STARS, Career Navigator, Project K, Kiwi Tahi, and MYND, which have been undertaken by more than 300,000 young people. She has driven the organisation's research and evaluation and initiated its community development strategy. She is Deputy Chair of the Foundation and Chair of the Programme Committee. She chaired Graham Dingle Foundation Auckland, driving the merger of 5 regional trusts. She is a Graham Dingle Endowment Trust board member. She was an Auckland Museum Trust Board member. She was Chair and Interim Families Commissioner with Superu. Ms. Wilkinson has chaired the Ministry of Social Development's Grievance Panel and was an Oranga Tamariki Risk and Assurance Panel member. Ms. Joanne Wilkinson, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Detective Inspector Craig Hamilton, for services to the New Zealand Police and the community. Well, Detective Inspector Craig Hamilton joined the New Zealand Police Force in 1988 and is a national subject matter expert in asset recovery work. He played a key role in police's input into the passing of the Criminal Proceeds Recovery Act 2009 and served on the Criminal Proceeds Working Party of Police and the Ministry of Justice to develop supporting regulations. He led the Waikato Proceeds of Crime Unit and the Waikato-based Asset Recovery Unit. He was president of the Asset Recovery Interagency Network Asia Pacific. He has contributed to an expert working group developing the Interpol Silver Notice to facilitate information exchange to support the tracing and recovery of criminal assets globally and in New Zealand's interests. Detective Inspector Hamilton has participated in 5 international financial action task force mutual evaluations. Detective Inspector Craig Hamilton, please come forward. Mr. Ricardo Silizzo of Hoboken, United States of America, for services to sports media. Ricardo Silizzo began his career as a sports reporter with TVNZ. His production companies initially produced behind-the-scenes sports videos including The Good, The Bad and The Rugby, which saw him recognised with a TV Sports Journalist of the Year award. He was the first person appointed as the All Blacks Media Liaison Officer. He created and produced the 2 longest-running sports shows in New Zealand, Sports Cafe and The Crowd Goes Wild. He was a director of Auckland Blues Rugby. He has mentored television personalities and volunteered in schools to coach and mentor young men in rugby for many years. Mr. Silizzo has financially supported and raised funds for music foundation Play It Strange, including proceeds from the book and documentary I Know This to Be True. Mr. Ricardo Silizzo, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mrs. Charlotte Lockhart of Waiheke Island for services to business and philanthropy. Charlotte Lockhart co-established 4-Day Week Global, a not-for-profit organisation supporting the 4-day work week and serves as Managing Director. She has run pilot programs for businesses, influenced policy change in Japan, India, Russia and several countries in Europe, and influenced legislative changes in the United States of America, the United Kingdom and Australia. She has advocated for businesses to address mental health, gender pay equity and low pay, climate change, worker well-being and business productivity. She has contributed philanthropically towards several organisations and initiatives. Mrs. Lockhart was named on Forbes' list of 50 leaders, executives, thinkers and teams who are shaping the office of tomorrow today. Mrs. Charlotte Lockhart, please come forward. Senior Sergeant Carl Wilson of Papakura for services to the New Zealand Police, disaster victim identification and search and rescue. Senior Sergeant Carl Wilson leads the Forensic Imaging Unit for the New Zealand Police in Auckland. As a member of the National Disaster Victim Identification Team, he has responded to many significant disaster sites. He has developed national systems to record the last remains of the deceased and ensure the imagery is preserved and stored with integrity. He was a forensic imaging consultant to the Pike River re-entry. He provided leadership for the scene and search phase following the Whakaari White Island eruption. He has coordinated hundreds of rescues with police search and rescue. Senior Sergeant Wilson developed digital search management in Auckland and GPS track logging of teams in search areas. Senior Sergeant Carl Wilson, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Mrs. Jennifer Sholem of Auckland for services to the community and heritage preservation. Well, Jennifer Sholem has been President and Secretary of the Puhoi Heritage Museum and is currently Treasurer, Historian, Museum Coordinator, Archivist and Newsletter Editor. She spends up to 4 days a week volunteering at the museum. She founded and leads the Puhoi Bohemian Dance Group. She has helped organise a celebration marking 150 years since the arrival of Bohemian settlers in New Zealand. She was Puhoi Public Cemetery Secretary and is Treasurer of Puhoi Community Forum. She was on the Puhoi Centennial Hall Committee, serving as Secretary and Treasurer. Mrs. Sholem has organised Anzac Day commemorations. Mrs. Jennifer Sholem, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, you embody the sentiment expressed by Te Puia Herangi when she said, "Mahia te mahi, he painga mō te iwi." Do the work for the betterment of the people. I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you once again for your service to our country. Kia ora, hui mai tātou i tēnei rā. Now you will see on the back of your program the words to the national anthem in te reo Māori and in English. I now invite you to stand with me in singing them both.